What are the 9 benefits of therapeutic fasting? Ano ang 9 na benepisyo na pwede nating makuha kapag tayo ay nag-engage in therapeutic fasting o yung pag-aayuno para sa pagaling, hindi yung pag-aayuno lamang para sa pampapayat. Marami na ang nagpa-fasting, especially intermittent fasting for weight loss, but hindi natin alam na hindi lang pala weight loss yung benefit ng fasting, but it can help us optimize our health. So for today, Fasting Friday for our LCF Lifestyle Talk with yours truly, Diet Doktora Dr. Josephine Grace Rohotan. Yan yung pag-uusapan natin today. This is somewhat a recap because I know marami na sa inyo ang merong alam about intermittent fasting and therapeutic fasting. So first, identify muna natin ano ba yung therapeutic fasting. So therapeutic fasting, ito yung ginagawa nating deliberate na hindi muna pagkain o pag-inom ng kahit anong merong calories so that yung ating katawan ay magbibigyan ng pagkakataon for it to use or burn yung mga nakaimbak na energy na nasa katawan na natin. The energy are most commonly in the form of fats. Pero sa iba, hindi ito in the form of fat. Sometimes it's in the form of protein misfoldings like tumors, certain na mga growth, and certain things na mga proteins na nagkakaroon ng build up in many parts of our organs. Say for example, merong mga protein deposits in our eyes causing blurring of vision. Meron ding mga protein deposits in our brain causing memory loss or giging ulyanin or sometimes makakalimutin for those who are still young. And those things can be addressed by therapeutic fasting. So, therapeutic fasting can be done in as little as 12 hours. If you will eat your dinner by 7 in the evening, as early as 7 in the morning the next day, ay pwede na kayong kumain. That's already 12 hours. And if you think you still have a lot of energy to lose, marami pa kayong pwedeng magamit na nakaimbak sa inyong katawan, you can increase your fasting window to 14 hours, 15 hours, 16 hours, even up to 24 hours for those na gustong mag-jumpstart ng kanilang fasting routine. But try to not do it na abruptly without preparation kasi marami din ang nagkakaroon ng side effect and parang natutrauma sila when it comes to their fasting experience kasi sobra-sobra yung ginawa nila on the first try. So, the slowly but surely way, usually it works long term. Hindi kailangan diretso agad na extended fasting more than 24 hours. You can start slowly para dahan-dahan at eto naman ay iyong masustain long term. So, start with 12 hours and then you can prolong it to 13, 14, 15, 16 hours depending on your current weight and at the same time, current ninyong health goal. Kasi magkaiba yung health goal and yung weight goal. Merong iba nangangailangan ng healing at the same time weight loss. But marami rin yung iba na kailangan ng healing pero hindi na kaya yung weight loss. So that is why kailangan alam ninyo kung ano yung fasting schedule that can work for you. For more videos on intermittent fasting, just tune in to our YouTube channel and type nyo lang dyan, Dr. Rojo and intermittent fasting at lalabas ng iba't ibang videos natin discussing about intermittent fasting. And today we will discuss its benefits. So number one, it's already a given, lower blood sugar. Yun yung unang-unang nagagawa ng pag-engage into intermittent fasting because the first energy that your body will use is the blood sugar. The moment na kayo ay meron ng mataas na blood sugar, if tumataas ito in the morning, all the more that's your body signaling you na kayang-kaya mo pala sanang hindi kumain because your body already is providing you with that needed sugar to go on into your day, especially in that morning. Maraming iba na nagkakaroon ng episodes of hypoglycemia or lower blood sugar. Pero if you will check your blood sugar, usually hindi talaga ito totoong hypoglycemia that is below 70 milligrams per DL. Usually, nasasanay lang yung pangangatawan ng taong parating mataas yung blood sugar. That is when kapag bumaba lang ito, even if it's still 150, even if it's still 180, pero dahil sanay yung kanilang katawan with blood sugar as high as 300, 350, they already experience symptoms of hypoglycemia, even if it's not real hypoglycemia. But for those na diagnosed with yung tinatawag nating pre-diabetes, yung hindi pa talaga full-blown diabetes, those can be helped with intermittent fasting as little as 12 hours. And of course, if you pair it up with low-carb nutrition, kapag eating window nyo na, mas maganda na you will eat low-carb. Just stick to our safe list of the hashtag JGC Rojo Food List para makita ninyo kung ano yung pwede nyong kainin, and you can make sure na even on your eating window ay hindi pa rin tataas yung inyong blood sugar. So, hello sa lahat na nandito ngayon. Thank you so much. And kung kayo ay naging successful in your intermittent fasting at kung ano yung mga benefits na nakuha ninyo, kindly include that in the comments para makita din ng iba. So, yes, sa intermittent fasting, hindi kailangang wala kang inumin, hindi ito dry fasting. So, water and electrolytes. So, yes, pwedeng uminom ng tubig habang hindi ka kumakain on your fasting window. So from 7 in the evening, pwede after mo nang mag-dinner, pwede ka nang uminom ng water, pero wag lang din sobra-sobra. Try to drink your water when you are most active, and that is mostly during the day. So first benefit of therapeutic fasting is of course lowering of blood sugar. At para sa merong mga iniinom ng gamot, I hope you will do it the guided way. Meron tayong masterclass for that. We have doctors, we have coaches who can help you, and of course work with your trusted physician when it comes to adjusting your medications. And of course, for those who have concerns with their blood sugar, you are more than welcome to be a part of our 2-hour diabetes type 2 intensive course. This is a low carb and fasting masterclass special. Now for 2 hours, we will discuss how you can be helped sa inyong pag-start ng intermittent fasting and low carb nutrition for those who have problems with their blood sugar control. So that's number one. And number two, of course, is lowering of blood pressure. Pag-lower ng blood pressure is very important, especially na ito ay merong maraming complications kapag hindi naagapan. It can lead to heart attack, stroke, pagkasira ng kidneys, pagkakaroon ng problems in their extremities. So blood pressure control is equally important, and together with your blood sugar control. And that is important na benefit that we can get with the right therapeutic fasting. However, I understand na merong mga iba na hindi ganoon ka-successful, and or after some time na bumaba yung kanilang blood pressure, bigla itong nag-shoot up, and usually it is because of poor or improper electrolyte intake. Because when we are doing fasting, it is important now we have proper or adequate intake of electrolytes. Number one in our electrolyte needs would be sodium chloride or salt nanggaling sa asin, and the next one would be potassium. But between that, if nagsisimula pa lang kayo, make sure na enough yung intake ninyo ng salt so that it will help you prevent complication even on other electrolytes like potassium. Kasi kapag meron ng pagbaba ng ating electrolytes sa katawan, our body will try to compensate when it comes to increasing your blood pressure. Yung pinaka-importanteng rason kung bakit nagkakaroon ng blood pressure na mataas ay inflammation. And those inflammation is the one that's being addressed by fasting. However, kahit wala ng inflammation but there's imbalance of electrolytes, that imbalance of electrolytes can be a cause of compensatory increase in blood pressure. So, sayang yung benefit na pagkawala na sana ng inflammation but hindi nagkaroon ng tamang balance sa electrolytes. So, I hope you can be a part of our masterclass on hypertension para mas mag-guide kayo on how to adjust this. And mind you, between blood sugar management and blood pressure management, medyo mas long-term yung kailangang adjustment when it comes to blood pressure, especially sa mga meron ng mga iniinom na gamot, because yung mga gamot na iniinom, hindi yan pwedeng basta-bastang kunin. It can lead into rebound hypertension, and it can even cause a what we call as urgent or emergency kind of hypertension, that is malignant hypertension, sobrang pagtaas ng blood pressure, that can be dangerous. So dapat do it the guided way. But with the right therapeutic fasting, your blood sugar can be lowered and your blood pressure can be lowered to normal. Number three benefit is ketone metabolism. Anong ibig sabihin ng ketone metabolism? That is when your body is no longer dependent on sugar as a source of energy. Kasi yung sugar as a source of energy, it's like uling. So, uling is very easy to use. Madali siyang masunog, madali siyang maka-generate ng heat. However, it will have a lot of residue. Marami siyang abo, marami siyang mga remnants that can actually destroy our body when it's built up. However, ketones is a cleaner form of energy. Halos wala siyang byproducts. That is why ketone metabolism is good when paired with lowered blood sugar. If meron kayong narinig na natatakot sa ketones, that is, they are scaring you with ketoacidosis. Ketoacidosis will only happen kapag mataas yung ketones at kapag mataas yung glucose or sugar sa katawan. But with low-carb nutrition and intermittent fasting, mababa yung glucose at mataas yung ketones, and that is something beneficial. In fact, maraming mga studies showing that pure ketone metabolism can even help when it comes to shrinking of tumors, especially brain tumors. And that is our fourth benefit sa ating therapeutic fasting. It can be used paired up when it comes to proper nutrition and proper scheduling ng fasting, and tumor suppression can happen. Hindi man, depende on the size of the tumor and depending on the type, hindi man siya basta mawawala, but at least hindi na siya mas lalaki pa. Whenever you are fasting, you are depriving those tumors of food. Ang mga tumors kasi, they are highly metabolic na cells. Sila yung parang mga patay gutom. And the moment that you deprive them of food, sila rin yung pinaka-vulnerable din na pwedeng mamatay. But only if you will deprive them of food. However, if you will do fasting, and then kapag kakain lang kayo ng tinapay, ng kanin, ng puro prutas lamang, then you are actually feeding those tumors. You might notice, for those of you who have family members or yourself na merong ina-undergo na cancers and tumors, you might notice if you are not into low carb, kahit gaano karaming kinakain yung kanin, tinapay, and prutas, you can see na kayo ay pumapayat lamang ng pumapayat, pero yung tumors, yung cancers, yung bukol ay lumalaki at lumalaki lamang because yung primary na pagkain ng tumors for growth and multiplication is glucose, sugar, carbohydrates. The proteins somewhat can add because of its effects sa genes on mTOR, but that is just minor as compared to your carbohydrates. So bago kayo mag-worry on your intake of red meat, of proteins, of mga karne, try to look first on your intake of carbohydrates. So again, those carbohydrates, hindi lang basta asukal, pwede rin itong oatmeal, pwede rin itong pandesal, mais, and bread, mga kahit anong byproducts, even starch, and even to some extent, kamote, and fruits that are high in glucose and fructose. So when it comes to intermittent fasting and therapeutic fasting, tumor suppression can happen. And again, better if you do it together with low-carb nutrition. Number 5 is increase human growth hormone. So this is something na medyo mahirap paniwalaan ng iba dahil akala nila kapag ikaw ay nagpa-fasting, parang bababa yung metabolism mo. Actually, your metabolism will even improve, and there are studies showing that after a certain period of intermittent fasting, there's increased growth hormone. And that growth hormone can actually help preserve yung muscles ng ating katawan. But that fasting should be the clean fasting. If you are fasting the dirty way, wherein nagpa-fasting nga kayo pero umiinom kayo ng mga drinks na merong sweeteners, kahit pa zero sweeteners, those might stop the growth hormone. So yung tendency, yung iba, pumapayat nga pero nangangayayat. It's not the healthiest kind of fasting. When you are doing fasting the right way, pumapayat man kayo, but it's mostly on the fat loss and your muscles are preserved. So try to go as clean as possible when you are doing your fasting. Ano yung clean fasting? Just plain water, plain tea, plain coffee, and electrolytes in the form of salt or potassium. And most likely, yun na lang yung pangangailangan ninyo and you will be on your way. And of course, when it comes to increasing growth hormone, even in children, you don't need to force them to eat all the time. Kapag wala silang ganang kumain, they can just stay at ease, meaning it's their body telling them na huwag munang kumain. And after that one, the moment na hihingi na sila ng pagkain, try to provide them with nutrient-dense foods, and the pair up of nutrient-dense foods, especially proteins, with increased growth hormone after they fasted overnight will be the very, very good combination when it comes to growth, especially sa mga bata. You will see that they will grow well, taller, and of course, their maturity will be better. And number 6, of course, we've discussed this a little while, is lowered inflammation. I'm sure marami sa inyo na naka-experience na the moment that you do intermittent fasting, yung mga pananakit na katawan, yung aches and pains ay nawala na din. Sometimes ito ay hindi na notice ng iba because the absence of pain makes them forget about the pain. Pero the presence of pain, dun lang nila naaalala. So this is actually a good reminder for us to be mindful of what our body tells us. So lowered inflammation, nawawala yung pamamaga, nawawala yung pagmamanas, nawawala yung mga sakit-sakit sa tuhod, sa joints, kahit saan, kahit sa ulo, even for women na nagkakaroon ng period. When they are on high carb, yung kanilang dysmenorrhea ay sobra-sobra. But the moment that they're already on low carb, halos wala lang. Except for that menstrual flow, ay wala na silang nararamdaman. Hindi na nila kailangan mag-bed rest or umabsent sa trabaho just because of those pains. It is a common experience of reversal of inflammation, especially among women. And sa mga lalaki naman, maybe yung lessened need for masahe. Kasi yung iba, parati nagpapamasahe, always looking for massage na hindi mawala-wala. Every day, hahanap-hanapin mo. But it is just a band-aid technique, yung massage na yan. Because when your body is really not inflamed, halos hindi mo na yan kailangan. Isang tulog lang, you will be better. Number 7, of course, is weight optimization. So, hindi weight loss, okay? So, weight optimization meaning you will be on the weight na kung saan tamang-tama talaga para sa'yo in a weight na magpo-function ng katawan mo to the best of its ability. So weight optimization, others can actually gain weight, but it is the healthy muscle weight. They can do it when they are fasting and also exercising. And of course, at the same time, eat nutrient-dense protein, good quality, low carb meals. So weight optimization is a benefit of therapeutic fasting. Hindi lang basta weight loss. It can be weight loss for those who need to lose weight, but it can also be increased weight when it comes to muscle mass for those who want to increase their muscle mass with provisions, of course, na merong weightlifting, exercise, and increased protein intake. And of course, mindset. Mindset that you have to believe na eto ay makakatulong sa'yo when it comes to muscle bulking. Number 8 is autophagy. So ano yung autophagy? Autophagy is the cleansing mechanism ng ating katawan. Ito ay hindi lang basta fat loss. So fat loss, usually nagagamit lang yan ng katawan natin to form ketones as energy, but autophagy will eat up hindi lang yung fats, but the misfolded proteins. Yun yung sinasabi natin mga proteins na nag-build up na sa ating katawan that is no longer needed. So yung mangyayari, para itong basurero na maglilinis at i-recycle niya yung mga parts ng ating katawan na hindi na ganon ka-effective or hindi na kailangan. So ang end result is your body will function better. It is going to be more efficient sa kanilang paggawa ng kanyang sariling task. And ito ay hindi na magkakaroon ng mga errors. The errors in our body's functioning are the ones that causing us illness. Nagkakaroon tayo ng, for example, the closest one to my mind right now is when our brain is full of misfolded proteins. Kapag yung utak natin ay napuno na ng mga misfolded proteins because of build-up, not because of protein intake, but actually of too much insulin from carbohydrate intake na hindi niya na alam kung anong gagawin. So nag-build up ito ng kung ano-anong mga basura sa loob ng ating utak, causing dementia, causing Alzheimer's disease, causing Parkinson's disease, and other neurodegenerative diseases na nakakasira sa ating nerves, and that can lead us to be forgetful, or sa mga bata pa at wala pang sakit, the earliest telltale signs of marami ng build-up sa ating utak ay ang pagkakaroon ng brain fog. So, hindi ka na basta-bastang nakaka-recall, nakaka-remember ng kung anong kailangan mo dapat malaman, nagiging makakalimutin na or nahihirapang mag-memorize, even if just a few numbers. Those are telltale signs na baka medyo marami ng build-up sa inyong utak na kailangan ng linisin. And that is where autophagy will come in. So, hi to Ninong Cecil Abad. Thank you so much for my gown last night. And sabi nga niya, his creativity somewhat doubled, if not grew exponentially, the moment na nag-intermittent fasting siya at nag-low carb, kasi nalinis talaga yung kanyang isipan, and it made everything clear. And he is not alone. Marami na tayo ang merong ganang testimonials that when we did low carb nutrition and therapeutic fasting, naging maliwanag ang lahat what you intended to do. Parang yung purpose mo, kung anong kailangan mo talagang gawin, ay naging super clear na, at magiging totoo na, knowing that you know exactly what you will do. And lastly, cellular renewal. So, ano yung pinakausong mga binibenta ngayon? Stem cells. Hindi nyo ba alam na kapag tayo ay nagpa-fasting, eventually stem cell renewal can be activated. So this is the most effective and at the same time the cheapest stem cell na pwede ninyong makita, and it can be done the natural way when you do fasting the right way. Cellular renewal is the key, but of course, maraming kailangan when it comes to proper therapeutic fasting, including how to break your fast properly na napag-usapan natin in some of our videos, and of course, what you will eat when you are not fasting. At dapat alam nyo lang kung sino lang yung mga makaka-benefit sa ating therapeutic fasting. You should do it the right way, the guided way. Try to work with your trusted physician para makuha ninyo ang 9 benefits na ito. So, yun lamang po for now. Maraming salamat everybody. Sa mga hindi pa naka-register, today is our last day for our registration sa ating LCF Masterclass Special Diabetes Type 2 Intensive Course on December 6. I hope to see you then. And today na rin po ang last day ng ating registration for our LCF Christmas get-together in Ortigas this coming Sunday. But for our Davao meet and greet, it's still open. I hope to see you there on December 22, 2022. Maraming salamat everybody. Just message our admin in our Facebook na pages, especially the Dr. Josephine Grace Rohotan. Maraming salamat everyone. Hope to see you then. And of course, as always, remember to stay low carb so that we all stay safe. Bye-bye, and thank you for tuning in.
Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, you can see more contents in our YouTube and Facebook channels at Dr. Josephine Grace Rojo and Dr. Josephine Grace Rojotan, respectively. For those who wish to be guided, we have an ongoing structured learning program where we will teach you how to adapt a low-carb and fasting lifestyle for healing specific modern-day lifestyle diseases like diabetes, hypertension, cancer, fatty liver, PCOS, GERD, and many more. You can send an email to our admins or send a DM in our inbox. I hope to see you all there. Thank you so much. Stay low-carb, stay safe. Bye!